Why nothing showing here? Still. Gotta read 4 books about linear algebra. But those books are not problem oriented. But let's use. I only want to use this PDF and ChatGPT. Nothing else. So what am I gonna do, right? Get it for. So, I want to read 4 books about linear algebra. Then probably just 1 book. I have that in mind. I have some books which are free, by the way, which are completely free. But I'm like, too much of stuff is bad. Too much resource. That's what makes me failed in life. So I just want to focus on those few stuffs because I already enrolled in a course and I just wanted to be a nice boy. Just follow stuffs, okay? Let's see if that works. That rather than being a skeptic about everything and trying things on your own. Let's go with this. Okay. Linear equations in linear algebra. I already started to have some questions, but I'm going with being a nice boy. Let's go with this stuff. Even my method is a little bit not that great. Okay, I would say not that great because it looks first it great, but it's gonna fuck up, and I know for a fact. Meanwhile, it's the 4th one. Have some way of learning to learn. Okay, done. This is not the one. Learning. Probably this one. This is how I want to learn. First, I want to make sure it's a well-defined problem, and I want to see the axiom. and ask all the questions about that subject from the very beginning. And I call this autodidactica for some reason. I don't know, just got this word. Autodidactum is self-learning, and I don't know how to mix with Socratic way of learning. I don't know, just came with this word. And form the basics, and the basics should be your reflex. This is like from the mistakes I've made in the past, or things I don't know how to put it, but okay, basics should be a reflex. Don't think it's just too basic. It is, but basics is the most difficult thing. If you actually go down too deep to the rabbit hole, it's so big and so difficult, and so big distraction phenomena as well. But hear me out. Then, do we have any solutions about this problem? Or if there's any, like how many solutions are there, and like the practice method from practices, how they actually use these solutions to solve this problem. Now, and how the research actually done by the practitioners. Then, like, is there any like solutions we abandon, like from trial and error? It's math, but it's like it's very applicable in physics, these things. But in math, it's because if it's a well-defined problem and axiom, it's probably like can have like one good solution. And like, can we change the axiom? Then practice and learn. Now, all the above, mix and match, and now learn it actively. And yeah, same stuff. That's what I'm doing here. Make it simpler as much as possible. Yeah, don't try to be too clever, which I learned from actually coding. Like, I'm not a programmer or anything, but just I just try to do some solve problem solving in HackerRank, and I've seen some others code, and it looks some answers are like too clever. It's actually nice, concise code, but it's very difficult to read. To keep the curiosity going. That's very most important stuff, bro. Most important one. The most important one. Wait. Most important one. Then yeah, reevaluate the whole list. If you find anything, not good, or if you want to add anything. Now, let's close this. Or should I open it? Now let's see. So linear equations and linear algebra. I want to ask some very questions from the very beginning, but I don't want to get distracted again. I just want to keep going. So let's go with it. So linear equations and linear algebra. That's the topic. Definitions and terms. Systems of linear equations. So a linear equations if I look back based on if my memory is correct, linear equations actually looks like ax equals b, or like y equals mx plus b. And let's see. So a linear equation, the variable x1, x2, ... xn. So linear equations in the variables. See, in ax plus b, you have a variable x, right? Is an equation that can be written in the form Wait, I have a. Okay. Is there any search engine specifically to search about programming related questions? I misspelled it, but let's see. Is there any that's specifically for math? Yeah, there's one. Wolfram Alpha, isn't it? I'm actually blocking a ton of websites here. Try to block Google, but there's some issues with it because I sometimes get distracted by reading good articles, but like I open multiple tabs and I get distracted, and it takes a lot of time that I'll never get complete anything. So Google is a big distraction as well. I couldn't block Google because in some case I can't, do some Gmail login or some stuff. I just not blocked Google, but like a bunch of service. No. Mozilla networks, code pen. What the hell is code pen? Online code editor for front end. See, I'm actually getting distracted. Look at me. Simulab. That's way. Desmos. Interesting. 350 million users served, 6 billion problems solved. Geometry. Notebook. Yeah, digital notebook. So is this like free CD notes? What's you get in Pro? Mathway, Desmos, Math World. I think I already opened Wolfram. Alpha is different from Wolfram World. Oh, it's an encyclopedia, right? So it's a calculator style. I'm pretty sure you can do some matrix multiplications here. What the hell? Algebra. Ah. Interesting. Matrix service. So let's say x square plus x square. Wait. That's not how I. It's not the plus I'm looking for, bro. No. Oh. Wait. I have to give this. Oh my god. Add is what you want to give, but let's simplify. Okay. Let's read the explanation. X squared plus x squared. It's a mathematical expression. Let's go with chemistry. Yeah, I think it will be useful. Desmos, our next generation geometry tool, is here. Mathway. It's just that I wanted this website for some use cases. Is this free or what? Global Math Art Contest. Cambridge. Uh-huh. Oh, I just want to count. Ah, no, but bro, I'm wasting time. This is how I get distracted by Google. I mean, all the things I'm looking for, it's good, but I'll get distracted anyhow. So then Wolfram, right? Let these things to be here. Linear equations, linear variables. Let's come back. Snap out of it. So hence this is how they got into like ax plus b. No. B is equal to okay, now I have some doubt. Where's the Oh, I have to go to step.ai again. Before that, let's ask Wolfram, the web's most extensive mathematics resource. Wolfram. Enter what you want to know. Okay. Linear equations. I want to learn about linear equations. Wolfram Alpha Pro, make life easier. How much you gonna ask me? For students, €5 per month, or $5 per month. Pro Premium for students, complete access to all features and front support as well. I mean, for 400 rupees, is it worth it? I think it, yes. If this is the only resource you need, it's wait. I mean, it's worth way better if it also have some good explanations, though. Natural language. Now, assuming linear equation is referring to mathematical definitions. No. Why the texts are not good? Why the texts are just looks very blurred? So yeah, they give me a definition. A linear equation is an algebraic equation of the form. Now, what's an algebraic equation, you may ask? It is... So algebra came up with the variable, the concept of variables, and what? I don't know to exactly say, but we know like how to solve an algebraic equation. But what it is, any others? Let's go same thing. What is linear equation? Okay, a linear equation is an algebraic equation that describes a straight line on a graph. Then hence, yeah, y equal to mx plus b. Yeah, typically the form, yeah. On y-axis, you can draw this using like x and constants like b, and what's m is the... So y is the dependent variable, and m and x are like independent variables. Wait, what is m here? Slope of the line. Slope of the line. So why x? So x and y are variables. Even though on the graph, why the x cannot be a slope of the line? So whatever the value is in x, you can only mark because it's on the y. Does that make sense? No matter the x is. Let's say x as 2. Let's say m is 2. So wait, I gotta draw this, right? Now, based on x, let's say, y equals mx plus b, right? So let's say x is 3 here. Let's say for hypothetical x is, but you gotta like multiply it, but for the sake of visualization, I'm just using this. And let's say m is 2. So 2 times 3, 6 plus another 1. Let's say b is 1. So 6 plus 1 is 7. So maybe like so. And you gotta draw a line like this, right? I mean from here. But the thing is, m is the slope of the line means what? I know, like, is it because x can only be represented on the x-axis? So x cannot make it start the slope? I need a good teacher in front of me. M represents the slope of the line, how steeply it rises or falls. Vertical axis. Is a model of wide variety of phenomena in science, engineering, economics, and mathematics. They are also commonly used in everyday life, calculating the cost of a cell phone plan based on the number of minutes used each month, and calculating the distance traveled by a car given. Then give me the above 2 examples. What the hell? X is the independent variable. Why is it independent? Because it... Okay, y is dependent because the whole answer of y depends on here. But why x is not independent variable? It's just some few stuff that you have to like get it about linear equations and multi. This is the basis of linear equations. So I need the monitor back. So how does this is a linear equation? Based on the definition, linear equations are an algebraic equation that can be represented it's an equation that describes so linear equation describes a straight line on a graph using algebraic equation. In the language is algebraic equation. Now, what is an algebra? Mathematical statement that contains one or more variables that describes the relationships between those variables using mathematical operations. So, yeah, I mean, you know how to do it, but when you ask these specific questions, it's really hard to answer, right? Like, what is an algebraic equation? Then you gotta know, like, what algebra, like, why, how algebra came, like what algebra brings into the field of mathematics. It introduced variables and the relationships between variables. Normal exams like 2x plus 3 doesn't really express much, but we need a good, so let's say a person's age is x, right? But his age where's okay, this person's age doubles up every year. But no, come on, make a good question. Okay, find a person's age, right? But based on some few factors. Let's say that person's age is, bro, I can't really describe it, but I got it. I don't want to go with the traditional like questions like the person's age is half, like twice the age of his son, like, and I know I just want like the very basic questions like, okay, let's go ChatGPT. Give me a practical real-world examples that explains relationship between variables that uses arithmetic operations. Oh gosh. Just calculating the cost of a pizza. So what's an algebraic equation? We have two examples, questions, I mean. A linear equation is an algebraic equation in the form y equal to mx plus b, involving only a constant and a first order linear term. What's that? Only the constant is b and a first order linear term. What does that mean? What does that like mean? First order linear term. Doesn't ring any bell. Can we actually change the language of math? I mean the explanation language. I'm not talking about the language that uses. No, I don't want to change it, but the explanations in the most textbooks. And still make it sense. Like, I don't want to change the meanings, but still it represent a very accurate answer, like very accurate explanation about the concept. M is the slope and y is the intercept, and y is the intercept. I know we're going to draw on the y-axis, but intercepting is it because that's where it touches? The straight line is going to touch on the y-axis. That's why it's y-intercept. Sometimes like you have to keep all these things in your head, bro, to the meaning. But if you continuously do it, you'll, be familiar with it. That will become your reflex. But still, it takes a lot of time to do that. But as a beginner, these lines will just push you away from the very beginning, these explanations, these terms, this jargon. And it makes you look math scary even when you have a good explanation. The above form is aptly known as slope-intercept form. Alternative linear equations can be written in a number of other forms, including standard form, intercept form. bro. Plain text. No data. Customize. What is this? Pink is good. Green is good. Green is good, I guess. Or this one. This one is good. Yeah. Oh, you can save the image. Now, so what's it mean by algebraic equation? Algebra is greater than algebraic equations. Like so many words that just from the very beginning just pull you. Like we all learn how to solve this, but what it means, why it is useful, why it even people created. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but like it's created or discovered, right? Why people put this stuff in our textbook? Is it going to be useful? So it's a linear equation to describe a straight line on a graph. Now I like this explanation. But it typically takes the form linear equation. Where y and x are variables, and where m and b are constants, right? So both m and b are constants, and m represents something like this, the slope of the line, how steeply it rises or falls, while b represents the y-intercept, or where the line, yeah, see? So the y-intercept means where the line crosses the vertical y-axis. So b represents the y-intercept means. But really, I mean, isn't it all mixed at the end? Or while B represents the y-intercept crosses the vertical y-axis. Few questions, but let's convert it into PDF. How steeply means how deep. Steep means the slopeness, the depth of the slopeness, I guess. Or steeply it rises. The slope or falls. While B y-intercept. Oh, via the line crosses the vertical y-axis. Now we're going into, okay, what is... Oh, we can ask some questions like, what is an algebraic equation? And the answer is algebraic equation is a mathematical statement, or more of like a statement that involves variables. So it's a mathematical statement that involves variables, and it describes the relationship between those variables. The purpose of an algebraic equation is to find the values of the variables. Find the values of the variables. Find the values of the variables that makes the equation true. I mean, yeah, in this example, this makes it true. Like it is, the answer is 7, and you have to find the value of x that makes this equations true. I kind of like the answer that ChatGPT gives, but it can be, make it my style, can be converted to my style. Can be linear. So algebraic equations can be linear or non-linear depending on the degree of variables in the equation. So how do we know if an equation is linear or not? Like these, like ask all the questions, right? Ask all the questions, right? Ask all the questions. Problem. This is what it's trying to. Axiom, I'll say axiom, but I have some few questions to ask. It's not linearly ordered. It's basically algebra is all about finding the unknown with the known. So any linear equation has variables raised to the power of 1 only. So that's the difference between a linear equation or a non-linear equation has variables to any other power than 1. It's interesting. Interesting. One dot, that dot. It's a mathematical statement that describes the relationship between variables using involves variables and describe between those variables. Operations using arithmetics. Using arithmetics. So it kind of makes sense, like you start with arithmetics and just get into it. You can actually get into a topic and you can, like, what's that? Traverse through other topics that start from where it's kind of like scraping, and you can actually learn the other things. And I think this is the best way, because you're learning things that are actually involved in something, and you're learning about a new topic that's only useful or related to or dependent to this topic. So you actually learn the prerequisite, not the whole thing. And that's actually kind of cool. A statement describes a relationship between relationships. Relationship between. I'd like to know one thing: the evolution of math. Arithmetic. Even by default, they give this font from. The font looks cool, but let's make it even better. That makes it looks good, isn't it? Let's start with $. Let's see the number 1. Let's see if we can see any changes to the 1. No changes whatsoever. That's unfortunate, bro. The final one should have a change in the represent. No. So the change is only for the equations. Yeah, okay, fine. the relationship between those variables using arithmetics, or basic mathematical operations such as. But I don't want to use it. I just want to reduce the words in and of itself. Even the explanation is easy, but sentence should be small. Maybe the arithmetics can be. So the second one. The purpose of an algebraic equation is to find the values of the variables. That makes the equation true. Is this true? Probably. Purpose of an algebraic equation. Don't think too much about it. It's very hard to, you're not a mathematician to just, think about a lot about this stuff.
Side
to some right. Look at this in my what? Take dimension can be linear or non-linear based on the power of the variable. Power raised to the variable. What the purpose is, find the missing variable, finding the value of the variable that makes the equation correct. Cool. How do we make it better? There we go. Fuck you. You know what? Fuck you. It's just that I just want this one to be on the other side, so I want to use one word. The degree of variables usually means from the power. Yeah, you remember that. You know what? Fuck you. It's already simple. Don't make it too simple. That's the rule. Don't forget. Don't make it too simple. Right. It's not really linear algebra. It says linear algebra. It really describes a straight line on a graph. Duh. I like this kind of like this stuff. This kind of looks more readable. Bro. Yeah.